Welcome to Eons, Minecraft's hardest server. In this server, we are traveling through the eons of Earth, starting in the...
Wait, didn't we do this before?
Yes.
Then why are we doing this again? Shouldn't everyone in the whole world just know exactly what's going on?
Well, you only got 100 views on your last video, which means that practically nobody saw it. So yes, we do still have to describe what is happening. In this server, we are traveling through the eons of Earth, starting in the prehistoric era, leading eventually to the space age. In this eon, our storage is limited to bundles and the rarely found pots, which means inventory management is the worst. Using the limited inventory space as well as block pallets, people have been able to create some amazing builds, and today I hope to join them. Since we have zero storage, I will need to be gathering materials as I build, so let's get our first batch of goodies and get to work. I have a specific build style that I am hoping to accomplish throughout each eon, that all work together, but also are all different. What I will be doing is creating different forms of punk cities in each eon. What is punk is a question you might have. The punk suffix implies it is subversive, meaning that the culture went through a process of contradicting or reversing the current social order to create a new one. Or in easy words, it is used to describe something that is rebellious or goes against the usual way of doing things. With this, you have probably heard of cyberpunk and steampunk, as they are very popular build styles. However, there are many more styles of punk that exist. Alright, we've got all the materials that we can fit into our hands, so let's get this show on the road. Each eon will get a different style of punk that I think would make the most sense given the eon. This eon's flavor is gonna be elf punk. This is a form of punk where traditional mythological creatures such as fairies and elves are moved from rural folklore into modern urban settings. So what fairies and elves would make in a modern time? Okay, awesome. We've got something started, but it looks like there are a few people online on the server. So, let's go make some friends. Or enemies. We started off by finding Green Base, where everyone was just hanging out. Then, we all gathered and decided to play a few games that different teams have created. First, we headed over to our team's base, where Velocity has built a very fun and simple parkour course that we could try. Parkour course. Try saying that 10 times fast. Goodness. After that, we decided to head over to Yellow Team to do a spleef tournament. This tournament was double elimination, and it wasn't super easy.
Ah, phooey! Dendrite, 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 dendrite. No! No! Let's go, boys! Let's go, boys! Dendrite, dendrite, dendrite! Yeah! Yeah! Huh, huh. That was a hard one. That was so hard. We just kept on running right at each other. Huh, huh, huh. Ah! No! Oh! Well done. Oh, so close.
Dang, green team. I don't even know how they were so good, but they were. Now we head over towards blue team to find Crafting City to plot a prank where we are going to steal the crillage. To start it off, Dendrite quickly grabbed Payne's crafting table throne, and we were able to steal that and put it at our base. Like I said, we might create some enemies. Now we are able to get back to work with our building. This build has taken a fair bit of time, and since we have a limited amount of blocks available, it means that our block palette was forced to be very simple. This means that in order for us to make the build visually interesting, we have to heavily rely on shape. What I've done is use circles and semicircles to create this. I'm using a simple shape to make large windows throughout the build on each floor. These can be used more so as porches, which allow me to break up the large and mundane walls. On top of utilizing large shapes to break up mundane pieces, I am also using shading. I started out with the most overused things by builders lately, a gradient. These allow something that is very bland to be a lot more visually unique. This doesn't always work though. Sometimes we need to whip out our inner B-dubs and use gradients and treat them as if they are highlights and shadows. That is why when walking around the build, you start to partially see diagonal lines with the shading. This helps the build feel in place, in the world, as if the sun is really hitting it, even though it doesn't actually. Well, just like that, we added something that is beautiful into the purple team's base. We have already stolen Payne's throne, which we had tucked away at our base. We just simply built another one, so that didn't really do anything. A lot of people in a lot of different teams are getting together to steal the crillage. This honestly didn't take too long, but the grind was real. To pull this off, we needed to move the entire crillage. We had Corrupted working on building it in a new spot, and everyone else on the harder part, which was destroying the old crillage and bringing the crafting tables over to the new one. Wow, that was a fair bit of work, but we got it done. Now we just have to wait for his reaction. and it is time to move to the next eon. Welcome to the Bronze Age.